So family, how's everybody doing? And I hope all of you are having quite a dainty time during this Mercury retrograde that's going to be followed with the solar eclipse coming on the 8th. So this could be treated as something quite timeless as well. You don't have to be very specific on the date that you're watching. So if you're watching somewhere down in the future, that's also fine. And the messages would still apply for those who ever clicks this video, because these messages are meant for you, and there's a reason that you've clicked here and you're here listening and you're watching. So before we delve in, this will be pile number 1 with this deck, and this will be pile number 2 with this deck. Now I will start with pile number 1. So dear spirit guides, what are the messages you have for the viewers who are watching this pile? What would you like to give as guidance during this Mercury retrograde and also for the upcoming solar eclipse? If there are any messages and guidances you'd like to give, we would deeply appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you in advance. So let's shuffle the cards. Let's see what comes out. Okay, that flew there. Wow, that one flew. Okay, these two are coming about. Yes, another 2 more came. So let's see what they're saying. Now we have 8 of Cups. What a beautiful card. 8 of Cups. And then we have the 8 of Swords in reverse. This is incredible. A lot of 8s. I don't know if you can see this. Yes. So 8 of Swords in reverse. Then we have the King of Cups as well. We have the King of Cups. That was pretty much in a neutral position here, because it did not come upright, neither did it come completely like downward. And then we have the Knight of Wands. So quite apt for the Aries season as well. I feel I need one more card here. Just one more card. Yes, thank you. That is quite fast. And we have the Page of Wands. Sorry about the glare. So I'll keep that underneath the Knight. Sorry, it's not the King of Wands. It's the Knight of Wands. The Knight energy. Sorry about that. It's been a while since I've done a recording, so please be easy on me. What I'm getting here during this time is for the lot of you who are watching this pile. Yes, most of you have figured out where is it that emotionally things are lacking for you, things are not being apt for you, things are not being fulfilled for you, where the bare minimum is not met for you guys, and you are all aware of it. You all know that you deserve more and you deserve a lot better, and you will not succumb to anything less, because the groundwork that this collective who's watching this pile, you've already done it 6 months ago, which was quite a painful period for the most of you. And also, with the 8 of Cups here, you've had your options of gaining those emotional fulfillment, but say somewhere you tried understanding whether your bare minimum was being met in all of these places. These are circumstances when it comes to family. These are circumstances when it comes to friends. These are circumstances also when it comes to your dating life. You may have been speaking to more than one person just to find out where are your bare minimums being met. And that approach so far has kind of filtered out almost everybody. The most difficult thing, of course, is family and the closest of friends. It is not easy to put boundaries around them. It is not easy to actually put your place and put your foot down and say, no, this is the bare minimum any decent person would do, and I don't want this to be happening. Okay, the flash just went off the camera, but it's still recording. Okay, it's good to know. So, in all cases over here, you have made sure that you would confront and you would gently ask most of these individuals of why do they still carry on the pattern of making you feel guilty, making you feel as if you're the one who did mistakes, making you remember your patterns even though that is really not necessary. And all the more it just feels that it's something that's been put in the past and it should be there in the past. It shouldn't come anywhere here in the present. So that is why, just like this, as I mistake this for King of Cups, it's actually the Knight of Cups. Since I'm trying to see the camera and trying to find out if a lot of you can see this, I'm not sure. So, Knight of Cups. Now, that is why you're being picky and you're being choosy, and you want to be sure that if you're going to give your cup, if you want to fill your cup with somebody else, you might, and you would rather do it with someone who would not play mind games with you. This is a very young energy I'm feeling here. This page of wands, a young Aryan energy, that you don't want to play mind games. You don't want to be played anymore. You would rather be given straightforward of what it is as it is. And if there are certain toxic patterns within yourself that you are also dealing with, that you're also trying to clear off, you would also do your due diligence of working on them as much as you have in the past 6 months. Now, what's more that's coming? Now, this also applies to certain people here when it comes to their work. Oh wow, yes, when it comes to their work, you are not taking the BS of your colleagues at this moment. They are just burdening you with deadlines, especially this boss, whoever this boss or manager that you have, because we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So this cooperation that you're supposed to be having in terms of your material resources and gaining your coins is also being a little bit strained at this point in time. However, the good thing is what is being guided over here is, I don't know if you can see this Nine of Cups. Can you see this Nine of Cups? You can let me know in the comments if you can see this Nine of Cups. Now this Nine of Cups, focus please. Please. Okay. Now in this Nine of Cups, what you do see is a dog. So this dog, very loyal chap, yeah, and he is sitting there, or she is sitting there very patiently in his or her luxurious pillow with that pendant, because they know they've done the work. They know they have been very patient to earn what they needed to earn, and that is what has come about at this point in time for them to go to the next step when it comes to the Nine of Cups. After the Nine of Cups is the Ten of Cups. It's completion. They are aware they're going to reach there. But this is where you are in your deeper partnerships as well, because people know when you're losing it, or you're not yourself, or you're restless and you're becoming a caveman or a woman, you're not interacting with people. That is where your friends know, hey, something is up. This person is not themselves. So why are they being this way? They go out of the way to actually try to come and understand you. So in this Mercury retrograde, you're going to have instances with people and interactions with friends to actually find these patterns coming up. We have the Seven of Swords here. So the Seven of Swords not only is about A lot of people, they think it's about dishonesty whenever this card comes out, and there's a lot of foul play being played. Those are one of the meanings. The other deeper meaning of this card is alchemization. You're transmuting those very negative energies into something positive, into something else that would be up to your leverage. You're not the person who wants to play foul play here. You are the person who's actually seeing the bullshit, excuse my French, for what it is, and as it is coming through these people. Now, even for those of you, there's someone here who's very quiet, who's very the anger is something you very rarely resolve to. Even you feel bubbling up at this point in time, because you don't want to be sitting like that anymore. You don't want to be in your house, in your couch, or on your office table and be like, okay, I could have said something, but I know the mature thing is I didn't say anything. No, if you feel like reacting at this point in time, react not as much as you want. Obviously, you know how much you need to react, but react and let people know that you have your emotions too. There are certain things that you will tolerate and you won't tolerate. So you're teaching people how much they can actually push you over and how much you're able to tolerate it. So don't let that happen to yourself, because you're somebody of high standards and high emotional value. Yes, there is anxiety. Okay, so there's high emotional value, and you deserve better. You deserve better. We have the moon card, such a beautiful moon card in reverse. No, it was in reverse. I'm just showing it to you upright. I don't know if you're able to see this. I think so. So this moon card here, it represents not only understanding the deeper wealth inside you emotionally of what you need to tap into, but also the gentle, innocent ways you're supposed to handle yourself at this moment as well. So it's come in reverse. So mostly whenever this comes out in reverse, I've always seen it's terms of anxiety. There's some sort of distraught. You're having issues with sleeping, and that's why you are overthinking all of these scenarios and these things, and they're not helping you to get to a very conclusive, practical answer. The most practical thing you can do right now is observe these people, observe how they come through and how they react. If possible, during for the next couple of days or so, you can try to minimize your interaction with them, but at some point in time you have to interact with them, and there's no go about that. You have to do it. So I'm just trying to pull out some oracle cards here for a little bit more information, what needs to come through. So yes, there's somebody here. If you have elderly people in your household who are also testing your patience, please bear with them. They're having their moment. They have been suppressed. Their emotions have been suppressed for a very long time. I don't know who this is for, because there is a certain family that's coming into vision. So this certain people, these elderly people, they haven't been able to voice out their concerns so far. Let them voice out. You're the parent for them, so please be patient with them. This came through very crisp and clear. Now, with these oracle cards, trust the timing. Trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. So yes, there's a certain scarcity mindset that's being kind of running a little rampant here for the past couple of weeks. And I understand, that happens. We are beings who are in this planet that everything is abundant. There's abundant of good money, there's abundant of good friends, there is abundant of good opportunities. We just have to believe there are plenty. Now, on the contrary, me ladies who are single, I know you're watching, there is an abundance of good men too. Now you may ask, oh, then how come you're single and you haven't met anybody else? I get this question a lot for even practicing this mindset, and I get this question a lot because I strongly do believe in it. That's how, the bad ones are getting weaned out really fast. But a love reading will come soon after this, but let me know how you guys resonate with this so far. And next card we have is the Earth pulsing. Pulses of the mother, slow down, time in nature. Over here, what I strongly feel with this message is your root and sacral chakra and your Manipura chakra, that is your solar plexus. All these three denser chakras needs to reset. It needs to ground itself. It needs to be a lot more anchored instead of going erratic all over the place. These three chakras needs to come into focus, where your root chakra is anchored in safety, your sacral chakra is anchored in the confidence of individuality of who you are, your soul's character. Your solar plexus is also anchored in knowing its determination, where you're supposed to go, how far you're going to go, what it's going to take. These three chakras need to be paid attention over here, and that is this card saying that it's time to ground. You need to slow down at this point in time. Okay? And then loosen your grip. Wow. This can't be coincidence. Loosen your grip, coping mechanisms, density, addiction. Let God in. Now, if there's been a lot of snackies going on in the middle of the night, I totally understand you. I've been there as well. I still do it sometimes when things get very rough. It's been quite the rough week for everyone. And um, having control, wow. So these situations, there is no way you can control. The more you try to control, the more it's gonna slap on your face and say, I am the uncontrollable, watch me. It's like a 4-year-old toddler literally going rampant all over the place. If any of you guys have interactions with toddlers, that's how they are. They're really wild when they're wild. So you only have to surrender and loosen your grip. You have to surrender at this point in time and be like, okay, I'm putting my effort in certain things. I will do my best in certain things, and let the universe conspire and do what it needs to be done. Let it happen. I'm going to let the flow come in and let it happen. And that is what is being advised, Also, very important, your past patterns of coping mechanisms, let it be people pleasing, interdependency, codependency, using food as a comfort, using overworking out, overdoing things, over cleaning things at this point in time. And remembering all those ex-partners and those relationships that you think that could have worked out, all of those past things are going to come up. But guess what? You're a better person today. You're in the present. That was the past. And you don't need to comfort yourself in the present thinking of the past. Okay? You need to ground, and you need to comfort yourself in the thought that you are safe in this present time. And there's nothing that will happen adversely, not things that doesn't go in your favor. Everything is in your favor. That is the belief you need to have, and you need to hold on to very clearly. Now, the exercise, if you like, you can do is you can try to assess these emotions, where they're coming up in your life. Also, try to feel where they're coming up in your body and do EFT tapping. So EFT tapping, you can check it up online. Doing this tapping on your hand and on your face, saying certain affirmations can release these kind of blockages that you have in yourself. And also, when it comes to the people around you, take it as a telltale of who they are. It's a clue. It's a clue to see who they are on the deeper side. What are their strengths and weaknesses, their vulnerabilities? You can see that very clearly from the people at this point in time, especially with these energies surrounding around about. Now, I hope this reading helped. Thank you very much if you stayed till the end. I appreciate you, and I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to give it a like and forward this to people if this helps. And yeah, stay grounded. So for my pile two, this always happens. Sorry about that. So pile two, and how are you doing? I feel I feel you have your balloons with you, nice and close. You have a colorful balloons. You really like where things are at the moment. You don't want things to change. But we know change is inevitable. It's got to happen. Without the season of change, there is no season of success. Wow. I did not expect to say something so deep, but thank you guys for coming through. Now, with you guys, right off the bat, what I feel is everything is in balance. You're trying to put everything in balance. You're trying to get your bubbly self out there, trying to ease things around with people, trying to unwedge the things that has been wedged between people, peacekeeper, mediator. You're doing all of those things. What is wow? It's really draining you. It's really draining you to a point where you're starting to see how selfish people are, because nobody's asking, hey, what about you? Aren't you tired? Aren't you drained? Don't you want some rest? What about your well being? Don't you want to go somewhere? Don't you want to have something nice to eat? These very basic, bare minimum questions are not being asked. Why? That's what the question you can ask is why. However, deep down, you are also aware that most of them are selfish and they're not going to ask unless you take yourself out, unless you put your boundaries and you're like, oh, this is I can only do so much today, but I think the rest of you can work out things out between you, and that's that. Now, some of you watching could be in the industry of law, solicitors, somewhere along the lines, also operations managers, somebody like that, and also artists, you guys who hang out with serious people. Oof, how do you do it? These bunch of people are very serious. How do you handle them? Like, it's a lot. They're serious all the time. So with them, there comes almost like a point only where you're able to handle them and nobody else gets them. That's very nice. It's very nice. The attention is very nice too. But the focus needs to come on you, loves. It needs to come on you, because unless you're not fulfilled, unless you don't see what your blind spots are, you don't see your caliber in things and handling situations, as to how much you can be bubbly, how much you can be serious, how much you can solve things. There is a level of how much you can actually become a lot better than who you are today. That is what your guides are coming through and actually telling you for this pile. You are the person you are today and present, but that is your future self that is waiting to actually let you know how much you can handle things a lot more better. Now, sorry about that break. Where were we? So we're going to ask your guides. There are Ascendant Masters here too. Thank you very much. Thank you. We need your guidance too. So let's see what comes out. What advice, guidance do you have for pile number 2? What advice and guidance do you have for pile number 2? Okay, that needed to come out. This was also sticking out. And 2 more cards. Advice. Thank you. Thank you very much. You gave it to me straight. What do we have here? We have the King of Swords in reverse under the deck. I don't know why people are scared of reversals, but reversals are not that bad actually. They kind of help you to stay attuned and help you to be cautious. Now we have 4 of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, Ace of Wands, lot of Aryan energy, 9 of Wands, ooh, High Priestess, wow, beautiful. I mean, this High Priestess is so beautiful, look at that. Ethereal Visions deck, so beautiful. I don't know if you could see, maybe not, maybe yes. Okay, I still have to work with the angles here. Now, so this pile, you're also intuitive. So you believe your gut instincts, you believe your spleen instincts, and you are someone who will always keep an eye out when you feel that inner nudge coming about and you know that something is not setting right with these people. That's why you hang out with these kind of people. You know, you can see the seriousness, the different wavelengths in the emotions when it comes to these people. Some of them have different priorities. Some of them are very, very straightforward in what they speak. Some of them are creatives just like you are. And at the moment, for the collective, at the moment, everybody's tired. Everybody's just tired. They just want to put that stick down and sleep. They're done working. They're done working so much. The 9 of Wands. They just want to rest. Now, the High Priestess here is very interesting. You see, that's where I was going with the channel messages in the beginning with you guys, isn't it? You're supposed to become this High Priestess. Delve deeper into your own caliber of abilities, into your own potentiality of how much you can improve, develop, and bring about to the world at large, because you're very capable of doing that. You're very capable of getting this kind of complex information from people, reading their complex body language and micro expressions of people, and assimilating these cues in such a way that you put very firm blocks in places where you and the other party can have a win-win situation. That is how you can assimilate into, because you're sensitive too. You understand how things are and how certain people don't like certain people, and you don't want conflict. You try to avoid conflict as much as you can. And sometimes you just can't help it. You know, we have the King of Swords here in reverse. You just can't help it. You can't help but being compassionate and just tell them the truth to their face, no matter how much it hurts. But here in this complexity, certain truths is best not said. It's best felt by the individual. And sometimes you have to take a step back and let things unravel for themselves the way it's supposed to unravel for themselves. And this also applies for your close friends. Some of you have really close friends, and this is one person who really tries to make things difficult. But you and the other people are very clear on your communication channels, but this person always makes things difficult for you. So you're dealing with that as well, and that is also kind of making you go irritated as well. The positive thing over here, everything is positive, there's nothing negative. This is just cautionary things that are coming through. The Ace of Wands. Now, when you learn to let go and you detach from these scenarios with people, what happens is you're actually giving more room for yourself to see how much you need to grow and what are the other things in your life that you can actually transmute into your projects that can be monetized, or ideas that can be pitched, or things that you can actually suggest in your work area that can actually help your organization to grow and become better. Because all of these individuals who are around you, they are attachments. This is a very necessary lesson of detachment that is coming through during this Mercury retrograde. That is why you are asked to become detached. And that is why you're tired. You don't know why. You don't want to hang out right now. You don't want to do things right now. But that is what it is. You're just being asked to slow down, take your time, and detach. The lesson of detachment it will greatly save you from so much of pain, from so much of scenarios that, yep, that hit the camera. Thank you. Yeah, with so much of blame that you put on yourself. Look, I cannot make this up. We have the Nine of Swords here. The Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords. Blame on yourself, blaming yourself, trying to escape the situation, trying to, you know, just see where else you can actually get the solution from. No, it's not your responsibility, love. No, the only responsibility you have is towards yourself and towards the people who are there for you. You know how much they were there for you. Now, detachment, and very important lesson that you're going to be learning in this retrograde, and also something of a theme that will come after the solar eclipse as well over here. Be very attuned to your energies, and if you have any practices, any grounding practices, I suggest you start doing them because you'll need them in the next 5-7 days. You'll need it. I cannot make this up. Thank you, dear guides. Perspective. I remember. Soul plan. The fated life versus the destiny life. This is so deep. Perspective. None of this matters. Zoom out, common ground. Like I've been telling you guys. Oh God, thank you, beloved guides. Thank you, you're amazing. You really want people to hear this who are watching this, these beautiful souls. Now, this card I remember, I hope you can see. Please forgive me if I'm not holding it in the angle that you can't see. I am still trying my best here. Okay. Probably yes, no? Okay. So I remember soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. The fated life is you taking your own willpower in your own hand, and you're testing your own horoscope to its limits as to how much you can create your own life, which is limitless. You can do that. You don't have to be curved by the thing that dictates you, or the way astrological placements in your chart are dictating you to be a certain way that you need to be. Those things are just tools of navigation. They are not set in stone to tell this is the way that things will happen, this is how it will transpire, and this is how it will go. No. It is showing you the path that has been in the stars, but you can rewrite it with your willpower. You can. Perspective. None of this matters. Zoom out. Common ground. Now, common ground. It's a very nice card. Like, look, there's Earth, and then you're just zooming out. With these people around you who you're really trying to be there, and you're trying to help, and you're trying to give as much as you can. Like I said, some things have to unfold by themselves, and you cannot be there all the time to make sure it goes in a very controlled environment for people to feel gently about those consequences and consequences of their actions. Sometimes you just have to let the bus go where it has to go. Yeah. And you can't control that. Pulling yourself out, not only, this is interesting, you not only get to see Earth, but you also get to understand the wider galaxy around you, isn't it? So you not only get to see that one person, how they're playing in that environment, but you're getting to connect the dots of the bigger picture of who is being with who for what is being ployed over here behind someone's back, and for what goal. You see how complex that web is. You have the ability to see that complex web because you're a sensitive soul yourself. Sensitivity is a gift, it is a power. Yes, it can be a curse too, I agree, but it's definitely a power. So utilize it. And the last one we are the Hathors. Deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. Yes, the solar eclipse, I do feel that it's a rebirth. It's definitely a rebirth. And all of you, or a lot of you who are watching this, are nurturers. You have deep femininity in you. That is why you do what you do, to gently let the environment be for people to feel how much they can feel, right? So take all of that and put it inward to yourself. Yourself first. You come first. Everything else comes second. Place yourself first. Because if you don't place yourself first, and if you don't become this person that you're meant to become in the future, I do see it like a year or two down the line of how much emotional high standards, boundaries that you have towards certain people. You're doing a disservice to yourself. Hear that out loud now. You're doing a disservice to yourself, my loves. Serve yourself first, then serve the world. Okay? So, this is how you're going to be navigating through these cosmic shifts. I would also say for this pile, if there has been something that you've been trying to manifest, you might as well do your manifestation techniques this week, because that is a very, very, very high chance that those manifestations will come a lot sooner than you anticipate. So that means you have to vibrate your frequency to that level to align and match that manifestation you want as well. So visualizing this as a process in the mind day and night. There's so many techniques online. You can check it out. So I hope this reading helped, and I hope this was helpful. Please give it a like. If you can, please, it's subscribe. It's free. It's not going to cost you anything, but it'll greatly, greatly help a itty bitty tiny channel like mine to grow. I just wish to help more people out there by bringing more content. Thank you, and thank you if you stayed through this video listening instead of when you got fed up looking at my very adverse card angles. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. And stay safe and stay grounded. See you next time.